Alright, good morning everybody. I'm going to record our morning show for right now. I've got another idea that if it works, I'm going to put it out later on today, but I'm going to record this for now and post it as soon as I get through so that you can keep up with what we're doing. So today, my message to you is pay it forward. And what I mean is, oftentimes when we don't pay for something, we never get the most out of it. We take it for granted. And I can think about a lot of the places that we can visit, right here in South Carolina, practically for free. It only costs a tank of gas. And there's a lot of breathtaking views that we have right here. I'm an hour and a half from the coast, an hour and a half from the beach, from the mountains, and there's a lot of beautiful things here. Just as beautiful as some of the exotic places we like to visit that cost us an arm and a leg. But because it's free and because we don't have to pay all of this for it, we don't value it. We don't value the beauty as much because it's free to us. And it's the same way, with education. When we don't have our blood, sweat, and tears in the game, we don't get the most out of it. And that's just reality. I teach 17, 18-year-old high school students, 18, 19-year-old college students, and grown adults. And the one thing that I see is when students are not vested in their education, they take it for granted. In high school, they feel they have to go. Most students come and they feel they have to go to school. They haven't gotten the understanding that this is an investment in your future and that you are paying for it. They pay taxes just like we do. When they buy things, they pay sales tax. That's what funds schools. They don't make that connection. When they go to college and they have skin in the game, they know that I may not be paying for it right now, and I may be getting this extra check just to go to school, but they're gonna have to pay for it at some point. And they realize that they're getting a bill for this school, and they're gonna be more vested in it. And it's the same way with us in our trading. There's a lot of free stuff out there, but we're not vested in it. I put out a lot of free content, but it may inspire you. It may make you want to step your game up, but the reach, you're only going to put so much into it. But when you invest in a class, when you invest in your education and you've got your hard-earned money on the line, you're going to look at me and you're going to say, Ed, I got $399 in this, and I'm going to get my $399 out. I'm going to get, one way or the other, I'm going to get it out of you. And that's the demand that you have to have, because no matter what you pay me, if you don't demand it from yourself, I can't give it to you. And that's what it is when you put your money in, you put your hard-earned money in. A lot of you had to work a couple of weeks to pay for this. I know when I first started, that's the way it was. I had to work and do extra jobs and all of this to help pay for the education I took to get to where I am today. But I took it seriously because that was my hard-earned money, my blood, sweat, and tears that I put into this thing. And somebody sent me an email last night about why am I trying to get him to be a yearly subscriber versus a monthly subscriber. And is it just that I want more money? No, because if you just sat here and paid $69 a month for 12 months, I'd make twice as much. And that's not what it's about. It's about, if you pay $69, and well, let me tell you this. When I talked about it before, the guys that were here, I think it's 16 people that didn't renew their monthly subscription. And when I looked at how long they spent in the chat room, they spent less than a week, and they spent less than 2 hours a day. So to them, $69 wasn't that big of a deal. They could take it or leave it. It's just like going out buying some lottery tickets for a week and just letting it go. They didn't put that effort into it. But when you are vested long term, when you put more skin in the game, you're going to be more willing to put forth the effort. And that's all I'm looking for. I want you guys to be as successful as you desire to be, but you have to put yourself into it. And unfortunately, we're in that society where, if we pay for it, then we're going to demand it. If you pay for something and there's a warranty on it, a guarantee, and it doesn't work, you're going to go back and get your money back. But if it was for free, you just throw it away and move on. And that's how this thing works. So you have to, I just want everybody to give it their all, because I'm giving it my all. I'm not here just during the day. I'm here at night. I'm talking to traders. I'm preparing my classes and things. I'm putting in the work, and I want you guys to put in the work, because you're going to be successful. If you pay it forward, you will get the reward in the end. That's something that I can't guarantee you. But you have to pay it forward, and you have to put that effort in. Alright, let's see if the scanners have, nope, hadn't waken up yet. They're still pretty asleep. I've got one on here, MSCI, and it was making a run up, but the spread was bad. The spread is like 25 cents. So that was kind of out of my range here. But let's see what the news is on it. Because a lot of times the spread may be bad now, but it does kind of come together once the market opens and things settle down. I don't see any news on it today. What's making it move? Let me check something out here. Nope, no earnings. Yep, and this is the right stock. So what's the deal with this? We did break out of kind of like a double top here on the daily. Maybe the news is behind on this morning. Rumor of a possible takeover. Oh, okay. I see, said the blind man, because I can't see anything right now. All right, not real sure if I'll be interested in this, but we'll see. I know a rumor of a takeover I don't have a problem trading. When the actual deal is signed, then that's usually when the stock just trades sideways. But I have to keep an eye on it. Let's see if anything is cooking over here this morning. ETF, AKAO, may be hitting the scan here before long. Let me take a look at what the deal is on it. Yeah, biotech stock. Doesn't surprise me. Earnings. So that will probably hit the scan at some point. It's got 23,000 shares of volume. So by 9 o'clock, I don't know if it'll hit it by 9 o'clock, but it may be in play if we get some volume. And yeah, the float is kind of low. It's 23 million share float. So it wouldn't be my number one pick, but if there's nothing else out there, this still can give me a good setup. I just have to be a little bit more cautious with it, not size up like I would want to. You know, if it was 10 million shares or below, it'd be untradeable for me. 23 million shares is borderline. It's on the fence, meaning that if I can't find anything else and this does get the volume, it's something that I may entertain. But nothing. Now AKAO showing. Oh, okay. I'm looking at the wrong thing. You're right. 14.57. So that's even worse. I'm looking at this the short float. I'm gonna call them off on that. But yeah, that's right. 14.57. So I'm not. It's a little bit too low for me. And again, you guys, you know, some of the rules and things that I have for myself are, you know, based on who I am as a trader, my personality, the way I like stocks to move. You know, that's where all of this comes into play. You know, you may like it. You may like the way it moves. You may like the volatility. So you have to figure out what you like. But I don't see much this morning. I think that is going to be it from what I can see. So I don't really see much this morning. Alright guys, that's gonna be it. Not much to report. Not much to report on. Let's look at the chart for MSCI. See what it looks like. And so we've gapped over this. I don't know what my daughter fed this cat last night, but it is going nuts. Watch out, babe. Alright, it's like it double topped here yesterday. We got up here on the 1st of March, then we tested it here, but it gapped up and it's broken out to new highs, it looks like, or at least 52-week highs. Yeah, it hasn't been close. Hasn't been close to this area. So it's really nothing on the chart to look at. Nothing on the chart. Because we are in no man's land. So I'll be looking at whole and half dollar marks and using the indicators. So let's look at the 5-minute chart on this. Yeah, I have to use the indicators here and whole and half dollar marks. That's what I'll be looking at on this. And yeah, FNSR, I'm still, it kind of disappointed me yesterday. I was really expecting it to lose this level and get into the gap. I was expecting it to lose this 29.47 level and then get into this gap here. So I'm still looking at it today for that. This is I'll day trade it, but I would still want to I'd still swing it. But we've lost, yesterday we lost the 200 moving average and everything. Now it has gapped up some this morning. We're trading in the $26 range, so it has gapped up about 40 cents since the close yesterday. Has gapped up, but just kind of looking at this, we'll keep this on watch. If it gets some volume and we get into this gap, then I will definitely look to jump on it. I don't really trade too many secondary plays, but when I see something like this, I'm going to keep my eye on it. When I run into it, I don't actively look for this, but when it hits me and it comes to my attention, I can't ignore it. But you can look at what it's doing this morning. You can see how it's gapped up. So I'm not sure that it's going to actually get into this. We'll see if it starts to sell off at open. I'll be looking for it to sell off with volume. But so far that's it for my watch this morning. MSCI and then FNSR. That's going to be it. That's all I'm going to be able to look at today. And after that we'll just go to look at our scanners. But if today turns out to be as bad as yesterday as far as the moves or the activity, I will shut it down again early. I'm not going to risk it. It doesn't make sense to just give money back and take unnecessary risk. So I'm not going to do that. see, you want me to check out UAL? Let's see, UAL. Ah, yeah, it's got a pretty healthy gap down. Doesn't really have a whole lot of volume yet, but let's take a look at what's happening here. It's probably just one of the, oh, they cut its outlook. That's why it's gapping down more so than the rest of the airlines. It could be in play today. If it gets some volume, it could be in play because we're selling off. Let's take a look at the daily chart here. Because we have been selling off the last couple of days. This wasn't, yesterday was a nice $3 range. And I don't really see any support really until we get here. 6160s. And today we've got down, we're right around 65. We're in here. So this may give it a little blip. I'm not real. I don't think it'll be much. It's just that it's right around, this is just right around the $65 mark. So this may be a little supply zone here. So this may be a good look, maybe worth keeping on watch to see what it does. See if it gets through this 64.90 at the open. Yeah, the weather delays may still be playing on it, but I don't think it's causing it to gap down this much. I don't think they're no more affected by it than any of the other airlines, but them with that negative news coming out in addition to it really may send this reeling. So I don't know if we can see 6160 today, but maybe it is definitely worth keeping it on watch. All right, Fed Day is when the Fed Day is the day that the Fed's gonna announce whether they're gonna raise rates or not. So the what the rumor is or what the expectation is that the Fed is going to raise the their short-term interest rate by a quarter percentage point. So what that's going to do is kind of
Start from fresh. Make to order.
it's going
Every
to push
single.
up um like your mortgage interest rate if you have an adjustable mortgage rate, your credit card interest rates, um, your if you got a home equity line of credit, that's probably going to be adjustable. So that's going to change. So it may it may slow the economy down a little bit. But not much, because it's more or less an indirect. It affects them indirectly. So it does affect them, but it's not going to be so bad that you're going to really see a tank in the economy. It may just be a blip at the most. Your car loans will probably be more affected by it than anything else. So to give you but the reason why I say it'll just be like maybe a small blip. If you have a $25,000 car loan, then your monthly payment will probably go up by $9. So that's why I say it's really not gonna hurt the economy overall. It just may be a little blip or so. All right, so I'm going to end the recording. We're pretty much done with what we're looking at this morning. What I'm going to be watching, I'm going to be watching this MSCI, FNSR. I showed you what I'm going to be looking for it, and UAL. So those are the three that I'm going to be watching this morning. And after that, we'll sit back and watch our scans. So remember, as always, trade for skill, not for the money. Don't trade your P&L, trade your chart. When you do that, at the end of the day, you're going to have some money in your account. If not, you're going to be donating it to the market. And believe me, it will take donations. So you guys have a great day, and we will see you tomorrow.